The vegetable
That was
kingdom
what the man of God had to
pt2.
face in his attempt to reach out to that terrible idolatrous community. The worst sacrifice known in history of that ancient town were taken to the evil forest. No one entered that forest, stays for 5 minutes, or come out alive. In fact, there was a mighty python who ruled that forest. The python was so powerful that everyone in the community dreaded. Immediately, anyone enters the forest, the python will crawl out of its place to abode and engage the person who entered the bush in a conversation. Strange enough, the python will speak the natural language of whoever comes into his territory. What a strange experience for a python to address the human being in his language. The man of God decided to know the number of plots which the king gave him. The king replied him, "Are you talking about plots? I'm giving you everything. The whole of the evil forest is my gift to you. If you can enter and take over the whole place, go ahead." The man of God thanked the king for his generosity and gathered his associates together in readiness to invade the evil bush. The king and his chief laughed him to scorn. They were sure that the man of God and whoever entered the evil forest would never come out alive. The man of God gathered his associates for a very powerful prayer. He laid his hands on all of them and demanded that all the powers which are residents in the evil forest should become paralyzed. His prayers caused terrible commotion in the kingdom of the forest. The man of God and his people did not see any human beings, but they heard the footsteps of a crowd and saw the movements of leaves and trees without seeing any other human being in the vicinity. It was clear to them that the powers in the forest had been disrupted and dislocated. The sound which they heard could be likened to footsteps of people who were being pursued. That was how they invaded the bad bush with their cutlass. They were bent on clearing the bush in order to carve out a place of fellowship. The python, the ruling personality in the evil forest, became infuriated. It left the mountains area where its throne was located and began to move down slowly in a lordly manner. In a usual manner, the python addressed them in their language, accusing them of trespassing. The man of God did not allow the python to speak further. He spoke against it in the name of Jesus and commanded the python to stretch itself and die. The serpent fought violently for 2 hours, and it scattered the entire forest. The man of God instructed his assistants to keep on cutting the grass. The serpent got tired of its acrobatic display, stretched itself flat, and died. That was how the terrible demonic spirit died in a very dramatic, powerful encounter session. The man of God caused a stir in the entire community. Everybody knew that the man of God had come with a higher power, the power of the living God, not the power of the idol of Aliyah town. The forest spirits are indeed powerful. They have ruled the lives of men and women in many communities, and I know some tribes in Nigeria where it's normal for snakes to come into their compounds and play with them. Strange enough, these snakes are harmless. Whenever they come out into such compounds, they move closely to those who live there and play around them harmlessly till it's time for them to go.